What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm diving into another anti-haul video where I focus on shelf cooking, working through the things in my fridge, freezer, and pantry, and sharing some meal inspiration with you for budget-friendly meals that are quick and easy to throw together. I'm excited to share this specific anti-haul video with you because in the past, when I've done my anti-haul videos where I focus on shelf cooking, I've been in a place where I could come up with, I wouldn't say elaborate, like none of my recipes are elaborate, but a little bit more involved recipes to share. In this one, we have a bit more of a balance of me leaning on some convenience foods and making some more complicated dishes, and even leaning on foods that I've prepped myself in the past. So I think that it's going to serve as really good inspiration in a more realistic way, because all of us, especially towards the end of the year, as we head into the holiday season, have very, very busy schedules. So I think this one gives you kind of inspiration on how you can lean into some of the convenience meals to make your weeknight dinners a little less stressful. So in this video, I'm sharing 8 different meal inspirations that will hopefully help you out if you're looking to minimize food waste as well. At the end of this video, we're going to do a wrap up on all of the 8 items that we did so we can give you guys feedback on what we think is worth your time. If you're new here, hi, how are you? How's the family? Thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail and giving me a chance. On this channel, I share a lot of budget-friendly recipes, just like in this video, but I also share hauls, so if you're interested in seeing good finds from Costco, Trader Joe's, or Sam's Club, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel and all of the content that serves that purpose. If you end up enjoying the vibe while you're here, I would love it if you'd consider subscribing. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okay, friends, we are back. Since you've been here, we broke a drawer on this freezer, but that's okay. We're gonna see what we have in terms of items that we can use during this extravaganza. So I have some broth up top, some meatballs. I think the rest of this is, yeah, it's just like butter. Oh, I want one of these Italian ices. Oh my gosh, I forgot I had those. And cheese. So thank you drawer, for letting us know your contents. Over here, we got Mississippi meatballs. We have these new freezer pizzas that maybe we'll make in this video so I can just share with you guys my thoughts on it. What do you think about that? I think it's a good idea. And then I have some stir-fry vegetables, some primavera vegetables, and cauliflower rice. In here, we have some brats. We've got some chicken nuggets. We have our favorite cordon bleus. This is chili, but John said he has a chili cook-off at work, so I think he's going to be saving that for that. This is the broken drawer. I don't know how John has been navigating this one. Okay, in here, let's just go slow. We got some Huli chicken. We've got chicken fajita. We've got chicken thighs. We've got some ground beef. Wow, we have a lot more than I thought we did. I don't know why I was thinking we were down to not a lot. And then we have some mozzarella cheese. Okay, so that's good to know. This next drawer, this is what I want to focus on, because I feel like every time I've done an anti-haul video, I open this and I show you guys the same things. So we have vegetable spring rolls. We have, I keep calling it chicken karaage, but it's tatsu taage or something. And then we have a bunch of these little soup dumplings. So I think what I want to try and do is do something with this, like kind of show how you can take pre-made items and jazz them up a little bit. The soup dumplings, we're either going to just make soup with the dumplings, or I might try and see if I can come up with something creative for that as well. We could always do kind of like an appetizer night and do these spring rolls with the dumplings. That would probably be good with some dipping sauces. This is just Italian sausage, our ice cream maker. And then down here, this pizza. You guys see it every anti-haul. I need to send that with John to work. And then what are these? These are more chicken broths, and then feta cheese. Okay, so that's everything that we have inventory-wise out here. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull some chicken for meal prep for the kids, and I might also pull some of the Huli chicken for us to cook tomorrow. So that's the haps out here. All right, guys, we are headed into my fridge, and my children are awake right now. They do live here, so you may hear some terrifying noises in the background. That's just my 3 toddlers. We are looking bare bones up in this fridge right now for an anti-haul. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Making me a little nervous, but we have some good things. So up top I have meal prepped waffles for the kids, as well as like pasta, meatballs, sweet potato, some steamed carrots, and like these are how we meal prep for the kids. We put them in these containers. We have some eggs left, not much milk. Other than that, in our jar graveyard, I would love to get rid of this Parmesan cheese because this is the worst Parmesan cheese I've ever used in my life, and I would like it to no longer be in my presence. We got some taco sauce we can use up. My fridge is not aesthetically pleasing. I'm so sorry. We have this. I love this. I don't even want it to go away. I have like half a can of banana peppers. We've got a salsa back there. We've got some Italian dressing. So a little bit of marinara left. We've got a full thing of cottage cheese and a full thing of ricotta, so that is helpful to know. I have some heavy cream left. This drawer, we've got some tortillas. We've got some of this honey roasted pumpkin ravioli. We have some of these pumpkin and bat ravioli I'll probably make for the kids. This I'm thinking I want to do like a breakfast something or other with. In this drawer, I just have some cheese. Down here, more cheese. We've got like snack cheese. Look, guys, I'm making progress on the hummus. I have some in the freezer, but I kept some in here. And I have until November to use that up. I do need to get rid of this burrata. Well, not get rid of it. Consume this burrata because that's only good for a little while longer. This is just random. Cream cheese in the back. These are good to know. These pecans right here. Some may say pecans. Produce-wise, this is all we've got going on over here. And then the sauce graveyard has had some real estate taken up. I have been conscious in trying to get rid of some stuff. And we have like those soup dumplings and this tiny little bit of dipping sauce. So that could make a dream come true. And then we got like burger sauces up here. Maybe something with ground beef and making like a burger bowl. Because I also have these little pickles. So anyways, that's everything in the fridge. Okay, and then in here we have, this is like our indoor freezer. I just kind of like went through this not that long ago. This is mostly individual meals, so those are more for like John to take to work. I do have this I want to make in this video. It's I think it's the sweet potato burger boats. I'm pretty sure it's labeled underneath the top layer. I want to try those for you guys and see how they came out. And then we have some like frozen pizza dough. There's a bunch of fruits in the bottom and a ground beef. Up top here, it's kind of just random vegetables. I have marinara sauces and Greek yogurt, and then there's my hummus. And we have plenty of garlic over there. And then this is more like treat stuff. So anyways, that's everything inside our inside freezer. There's also some like sweet potato fries and a bunch of breads. Like I have various breads that we could work through. All right, kids, we're headed into our pantry. Gonna let the light turn on. We pretty much have the same stuff we always have, so I'm gonna try and be quick about it. Over here, I have like lasagna essentials. We have a taco kit, some jumbo shells. This is all like, you guys, these sparkling waters I got at Costco, they're so good. But I'm trying to like ration them, so that's why there's still quite a bit. What else do we got? Almond milk, breakfast type things, plenty of peanut butters if I need it. This is like my baking area over here. Down here, there's another sauce graveyard in the back, but those are ones that are like shelf stable, so I don't go too crazy about it. Over here, we have plenty of pastas. We also have some ramen noodles I could use. I have plenty of rice, more pasta. I have some quinoa. We've got some peeled tomatoes. Plenty of canned tuna and canned chicken, should we need it. I have beans, tomatoes, some pineapple chunks, and some tomato paste. So I think honestly from the pantry, you're gonna see me using, I don't even know where the camera is, obviously. You're gonna see me using like pastas and rices and things like that. So that is the rundown on the pantry currently. All right, so we are kicking this party off using up a couple of the chicken broths with a super easy and very comforting dish, dumpling soup. I was feeling sick this day, so it was the perfect excuse to enjoy this bowl of comfort. John whipped this up for us, and I'm including the recipe in the description box for this, along with all the other recipes. We also had some sourdough bread from Aldi that I had stored in the freezer, so we decided to toast some of that up with a little bit of butter to dip in the soup as well. The next night, I still wasn't feeling great, and life has just been so busy, so we leaned on some frozen pizza for dinner. We will share our review of this high-protein pizza at the end, so be sure to stick around for that. Next up, we pulled a freezer meal we had made in a recent video that we were both so excited to try out. They are Big Mac sweet potato boats. I promise this video will have some fresh recipes, so don't give up on me now, but if you'd like to see how I toss this one together, I will have it linked down below. Pulling yet another freezer meal, I tossed some Huli chicken I had frozen for myself right in the crock pot as is. We ended up using this as quick wraps for us during the day and also for the kids' meals. I'm showing you how I put together their food so I can just grab it and reheat it during the busy time that is their lunch and dinner hours. I like to mix up the starches they get, so in this one I did a couple different pastas and rice, but they're honestly all fine eating the same things for a couple days for the most part, which makes my life so easy. Next up, a fresh recipe. Yay! This one was so easy. I just whipped together a brown sugar garlic sauce right in the bottom of my crock pot and then just simply tossed in some boneless chicken thighs. I would recommend cooking this one on low. I find that chicken dries out way too easily in slow cookers if you cook it on high. The recipe for it will be included down below. I did not grab a clip of the finished meal, but we ended up just serving it over rice and it was delicious. We'll share our exact thoughts on it at the end of this video. I am so excited to share this next recipe with you. One thing I love about shelf cooking is how it forces me to get creative. When I was going through the fridge, a couple items that I knew I needed to use up because of expiration dates that were closing in on us were a can of crescent rolls and some burrata. I first thought I'd make like a flatbread out of it, but then I landed on the idea of making almost a breakfast muffin. These came out so good, and we'll share more thoughts on that at the end of this video in our wrap-up.
I met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I told him I want that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't want to let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know how to carry on your own. Ever since I got a good look in his eyes, I just knew that he was special. He said he wanted to take it slow, but I couldn't help that I wanted to take it to the next level. Cause I wanted that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned.
Alright, if you guys watched my recent one-pan dinner ideas video, you may remember me attempting to make Marry Me Meatball's rice skillet and me being attacked by brown rice. Well, I'm happy to report that I was able to try it again and used white rice this time, and it turned out perfect. The recipe will be down below, and like I said before, we're going to be sharing a recap, so we'll share more about our thoughts on this recipe right after this next one.
Tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't want to let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it. But it's not easy, so tell me how to let go. Cause you really seem to know how to carry on. Sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I couldn't get him off my mind.
All right, guys, we're doing a little check-in because we only have like one more thing to make, I think, from this anti-haul. So I ended up using some of the frozen meatballs from this drawer. I also used one of these pizzas in this video. I used some of this Primavera mix. In this drawer, I ended up grabbing out some of the chicken thighs that were in here, and you guys saw us use those up. This is the drawer. Oh, I think the chicken thighs were in this drawer, so I used the chicken thighs from here. I also am in here because we ended up using 2 trays of the little dumplings. And I'm gonna pull this one right now for tonight's dinner. We are going to zhuzh this up a little bit. It would be delicious exactly as it is, but I just wanna get a little creative, use a little bit of my sauce graveyard that I need to get rid of, so we're gonna be taking this out. And then down here, nothing from this one. We ended up using one of the broths from this drawer. So we did pretty good getting some items out of this freezer, I'll tell you that. All right, this last recipe ended up being way more exciting than I thought it would be. I got started by just making some rice and steaming some edamame for sides with this one. Then I took the chicken tatsu taagi, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, that I had grabbed at Costco a couple trips back, and I made a delicious Korean style sauce to toss it in. So this I actually got at Costco, and I just wanted to show you guys, they actually have a couple sauce suggestions on the back, which I thought was really cool. There's a spicy mayo recommendation and tonkatsu, which is one of John's favorites. So for this one, there's a couple different options on how you can cook it. You can either air fry it or cook it in the oven, so we're gonna use the air fryer. So I have this little silicone basket right here, which there, now you can see it.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you.
I will say this one is on the spicier end of my comfort level with spice, and I'm like a mild to medium type girl. So it was just enough spice for me without being too much, but if you are sensitive to spice, I would just recommend reducing the sriracha or skipping it entirely.
We do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
I really didn't think John was gonna like this one that much because shoyu-based sauces are not his favorite. Let's check in and see during the recap if I was right. Okay, friends, we did not have time. This past week was just wild.
It was something else.
It was.
It was something
That is correct.
else.
It was something else. So we didn't have time to. We barely had time to eat to begin with. So we definitely didn't have time to film like live reactions to the food as we were consuming it. However, I have a list of the things that we got to consume during this video's creation, and we're going to talk a little bit about them. So first of all, we're going to start with, I was really not feeling well. So John whipped together one of my favorite things, which is like a dumpling soup. Could not be more simple. It was like, I don't know, 6 ingredients.
Yeah, and
something like that.
It was my first time trying it.
Yeah, he had never had it because usually when I make it during lunch because he's not really a soup guy. I'm not even really a soup girl, but every once in a while there's a certain soup that'll get me, and this dumpling soup is one of my favorites. So this is just cozy comfort in a bowl. Perfect for this time of year. Perfect if you're not feeling good because it's easy enough to throw together. I give the dumpling soup an 8 out of 10.
I'm gonna go 8.
Yeah?
I like a wonton soup.
Oh, yes, yeah.
And that's what it reminded me.
And then the next thing that we're going to talk about is Banza frozen pizza. So we enjoy the Banza protein pasta. There's like a chickpea pasta from Banza. It took us a little while to get used to it. There's definitely a texture difference.
Yeah.
But what's funny is if you don't like the Banza protein pasta, try and make it for a pasta salad. Eat it cold. And then, because I think that's what got us to end up liking it. We made it as a pasta salad, got used to the texture, and then now we can eat it as a hot pasta too.
Isn't that what you use for the cowboy pasta?
Yes.
Ah.
That like changed it all for us. So if you're also not really into that, try it out cold and see if it makes a difference for you, because it worked for us, and now we eat it both ways. We eat it as hot pasta or cold pasta. So the frozen pizza though, this was our first time trying it. I got it from Target because it was buy one, get one half off. However, now that I know that we like it, spoiler alert, Costco sells a 3-pack for only $14.99. So I'll probably be picking that up going forward.
Ooh.
So my thoughts on this one is that it reminds me of the Elio's pizza. If you guys are like 90s kids, you remember those like square pizzas that you could heat up in the microwave?
Are those even still around?
I don't know, John. I don't know. Probably. But you know, that style pizza. There's no awards being won with this pizza.
No.
But for a protein pizza, for the fact that it's made out of like chickpeas or whatever, I don't even know what it's made out of. It was really good. Like I think that it didn't taste chalky. It didn't taste any different to me.
We've had some really better, healthier pizzas that were like horrible.
Yeah, like we've tried a few different cauliflower crust pizzas and gluten-free pizzas and not loved them. But this one, to me, honestly, it just tasted like one of those standard frozen pizzas. There's definitely better frozen pizzas out there, but for the fact that this is on the healthier, more nutritious side, I think that it was a win. I'm giving it a 6.5.
I'm gonna go 7.
Oh.
It was also so easy to make.
It was so easy to make.
It just... So we have a pizza stone. I'm sure she put it in there.
Yes.
Put the pizza stone in the oven, let it warm up with the oven, throw that on top. That pizza comes out so good.
It was really good. It was so easy,
simple.
and like that's the real thing about life. Sometimes you just gotta lean in to frozen pizza.
We don't eat those often, but when they happen, they come in clutch.
Yes. This one was really good, and it's definitely something we'll be keeping on hand going forward because you feel a little less guilty about eating it. And honestly, you could top it with other things too. So if you wanted to like throw some vegetables on there, some mushrooms, some chicken, whatever.
And listen, when time comes to make a frozen pizza, guilt goes out the window.
That's true. That is true. And honestly, nobody should feel guilty about having a frozen pizza every so often. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
The next one was our past selves helping out our future selves, and that was we had Big Mac sweet potato boats. I had made those during a freezer meal episode and froze them because it was a freezer meal episode, so we didn't get to taste them. Makes sense, right? Wow. We didn't get to taste them. I got to taste the filling while I was making it, and I knew it was going to be good, but we didn't get to try the entire thing. So one of the nights, again, it was just banana pants crazy. And I just took that thing and I took it straight from frozen and I put it in the oven. And I was a little nervous because it's a potato and I didn't know what the texture was going to turn out like. What did you think about that one, John?
That's a 9.
It was a 9.
That was a 9.
Yeah, I would also say it was a 9.
It was mind-bogglingly good.
It was so good. And you couldn't tell that it had been frozen.
Not at all.
And I think it was in the freezer for like a good 3 weeks or something.
Has it been that long?
I think so. I don't know. Could be longer at this point.
What is days?
What is days? What is life? What is time? I wrapped it really well in aluminum foil, so that could be why, but they turned out absolutely delicious. That is 100% going to be on the menu going forward.
Oh, yeah. I like the... I'm not like a huge pickle person, but for some reason, the pickles on that just like gave it a nice little
Yes,
crunch.
a little something.
Yeah.
A little something. It was like a comfort meal without being heavy. Like something about the sweet potato, it just made it so it just felt like nutritiously comforting, if that makes sense.
That's exactly
Yeah. The next one, tried and true in this house, Huli chicken. So we ended up just taking it directly from frozen, putting it in the crock pot. So that could not be easier. And we just cooked it on, I think, high for maybe 3 or 4 hours, something like that. And then we ended up just eating a little bit of it ourselves, and then we meal prepped for the kids using that chicken, so it worked out perfect. Huli chicken to me is like a 9.5. John, what are your thoughts on Huli? That's not like his favorite meal, but you like the chicken part. He just doesn't really care for like the pineapple and everything.
That's like a 7.5 for me.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I love that the past me helped out future me because that was waiting for me in the freezer and I didn't have to think about it. So when we were like, oh no, we need a protein for the kids, it was like, oh, we've got one, no problem. So freezer cooking comes in clutch when you need it. Then we move into the fresh recipes, we'll call them. So yeah, because these were the ones that like actually got cooked because life got more manageable. I started feeling better because I was like sick pretty much all of last week.
Did it though?
Did what?
Did it get more manageable?
No. I guess it did get more manageable. Nobody should be managing it. But we've somehow figured it out. So the next one was brown sugar garlic chicken thighs. This was so simple. Even though it was a fresh recipe, I literally just dumped it all in the crock pot. So it was really, really good. The sauce is absolutely delicious. What would you give that one?
That's like an 8.5.
8.5. I'm gonna go with 8.5 too. There's nothing about that can be bad. Like brown sugar. Yeah. I think it had honey. I can't remember. Just all the things that I love. You know, there's just nothing that could go wrong with that.
It was like a sweet barbecue style.
Oh, like almost like a Japanese barbecue.
Yeah.
Like a sweet Japanese barbecue.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
The next one. I was so excited about this one because I love when I can get creative with things. I would love to do a video where you guys share some ingredients that you're trying to figure out how to use up and I come up with crazy things.
You got 30 desserts to get through first.
All right. So that was what happened with this recipe was I went into the fridge and I was looking at it and I had burrata that I wanted to use up and crescent rolls that I wanted to use up. So I came up with burrata breakfast bombshells is what I ended up calling it.
Bomb.com.
It was bomb.com.
Wow.
I just knew that it was going to be good because first of all, I put a garlic butter down. So there's nothing that can go wrong when garlic butter is involved.
Facts.
Facts on facts. Then we put burrata, some bruschetta, used up more from my sauce graveyard, and some scrambled eggs. And they were just like these delicious, heavenly breakfast things. I'm going 9.5.
I'm going 9.5.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow, samesies?
They were so good.
I love when we're samesies. They were really, really good. And they reheated today very well.
They're so good.
Like you could meal prep. These could be meal prep items and I think they would be freezer friendly. Oh, so if you wanted to make like a double batch and put some of them away for your future self, you could totally do it.
I bet it would be good if I reheated them in the air fryer.
Oh, how did you reheat it in the microwave? Oh, air fryer would probably be even better. Yeah. Well, we know what to do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Next up was the meatball rice skillet.
Here we go.
Oh, man. So the meatball rice skillet almost took out my confidence.
In what? In cooking?
In cooking. I almost was like, I'm going to shut down this YouTube channel because it defeated me.
It doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't happen often. But anyways, I got in a fight.
Was so mad.
I was so mad because I seriously was like, let me get dinner on the table a little quicker tonight, and then it took 45 years for the brown rice to cook. So
it didn't even cook.
We had a redemption situation in this one. I used white rice. Everything went great.
She wasn't waiting to make this recipe.
I wasn't. I was seriously like, in that
this
video, I was like, sometime in the future. And then I was like, you know what? In this anti-haul video, I happen to have all of the things on hand. So we're going to go ahead and remake it. That's it. We're not waiting any longer.
Must not be defeated.
Because I knew it was going to be a good one. And sure enough, I'm giving that one a 9.5.
Oh, yeah. That was
I don't like, the only way it could be better, as usual, is if I sprinkled some mozzarella cheese on it and then stuck it in the oven under the broiler and let that you put cheese. There's already cream cheese and Parmesan cheese in it. So, but anyways, 9.5 for sure. The sauce on that, you guys.
Yeah.
Now, I know when a lot of people make the Marry Me chickens and stuff, they do heavy cream. I went with cream cheese. I know cream cheese can be polarizing to people. So if you want to go with heavy cream, you totally could. But for me, cream cheese is one of the loves of my life. And so anytime I have an opportunity to throw that in something, I'm going to do it. Something about that sun-dried tomato.
Love the cream cheese.
Here, let's do it like this.
Cream cheese.
I can't with you. I can't. We should teach the kids, instead of saying cheese for a picture, we should be like, cream cheese. Can you imagine?
Tired and delusional.
Can you imagine if we had like a professional photographer and we're like, hey, can you say cream cheese? Because that's how they smell. So something about the combination of the cream cheese and the sun-dried tomatoes, it's just like almost like an Italian gravy. You know what I'm saying? Like it just turns
Italian
into
gravy.
Isn't that what it is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Okay, so moving on, the last one.
I didn't rate that one.
Oh, yeah, you didn't?
No.
What did I say? 9.5.
9.5.
What are you saying?
I'm saying 9.
You're saying 9?
Yeah.
Half a point less.
Yeah, half a point.
What would make it better for you?
More cheese.
Shocking. Shocking in this house. And then last but not least, we have the one that I thought was going to be my vibe. I was like, this is going to be my meal. John was actually trying to put our youngest child to bed, who has recently decided he doesn't believe in the idea of bed anymore. And so John was with him for like, I don't know, an hour and a half last night.
Something like that.
And I had dinner ready to go. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, I was like, maybe I should just eat it by myself, you know, because I was hungry at that point. But I was like, no, I'll be good and I'll wait for John.
You didn't have to wait for me.
I know, but I felt like I should.
Thank you.
Solidarity while you were trying to put that child to bed. So I kept it warm for him on the stove. Didn't think he was going to love it. And I thought that he would like taste it and then turn to the fridge for leftovers of the meatball rice skillet. But instead, he did try a piece of the chicken and then was like, no, I want that.
I got a plate of the meatball.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did.
And then I took a bite of the chicken and I put the meatballs back in the container, threw them in the fridge, and made a whole plate of the chicken.
I really didn't think he was going to like it. But it's the perfect, like if you like spicy things, it's right on the edge of like medium spice. It was definitely almost outside of my comfort level.
That was it. It had some long-lasting kick.
Yes. So if you are not a spicy person, I mentioned it while we went over the recipe, but maybe taste test. Put a little sriracha in at a time because it's sriracha. So like put a little in at a time. That sauce though was so good. And I loved the idea of us taking a convenience item, which John didn't even know that had happened until after. I was like, yeah, that was that Costco fried chicken. And he was like, wait, what? He thought I had like made the chicken. I was like, no, I just air fried that chicken and then tossed it in the sauce. And then I put it on rice and edamame. So we used up some stuff from the pantry. And then edamame has been chilling in my freezer staring at me every time I open it. It's like, hi, are you gonna eat me? So I ended up using that for this meal. A little of the everything but the bagel seasoning too.
I can't stand you.
You can stand me. You've standed me? You've stood me? For 20 years now.
Yeah, that's true. Very facts.
So that Korean garlic chicken, I'm giving it a 9.5.
I'm giving that a 10.
You're giving it a 10.
I don't like to throw out 10s. I know I've been doing it some recently.
We have had some good ones lately.
But that chicken, that was better than you could get anywhere at a restaurant.
Because it was like that sticky style sauce, which I've never been able to pull off at home.
I thought it was like an orange chicken.
Yeah, when you look at it, it almost looks like an orange chicken, but it was just so good. That is definitely going to be something we make frequently.
I wanted so much
and
more.
if you don't have that chicken karaage from Costco, you could just honestly probably toss like chicken tenders in that.
Oh, I bet you could
or
use
even
the bear
fish.
chicken nuggets.
Yeah, you could do the bear chicken nuggets, the Just Bear chicken nuggets,
Just Bear.
or even like fish sticks. If you guys have fish sticks at home, that sauce is where it's at. That's all that matters.
Do people still eat fish sticks?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Some people make fish tacos using fish sticks, which I think is really smart. I haven't had fish sticks since I was like 10.
I don't think I've ever.
I honestly don't even. Yeah, maybe I haven't even.
I don't think I've ever.
I think when I went to a friend's house, because my mom would have never kept fish sticks in our house. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't think.
But
I've
maybe
had
at a
fish
friend's house, I think I had fish sticks.
sticks. Yeah, same.
Anyways, got off track again. So those are the 8 meals that we made during this video and our thoughts on it. I'd say my favorite, I can't pick just one. The tied for top for me is the meatball rice skillet and the Korean garlic chicken.
My number one is the chicken.
Really?
I'm going chicken and then the
Big Mac. You have because you really liked that Big Mac thing.
I don't know. The Big Mac and the meatballs, they're like
right there. So those are your top 3.
Yeah, those are
my top 3. I'd say meatball, rice, skillet, Korean garlic chicken, and then the burrata breakfast bomb thing.
Oh, the burrata breakfast bomb.
Oh my gosh, how is he gonna pick? There's so many good options. Just make everything from the video, okay?
How about just number one, garlic chicken?
Your Korean garlic chicken.
Korean garlic chicken. I can't pick the rest.
I can't pick just one. So mine is. I can't do it. So mine is the meatball, rice, skillet tied with the Korean garlic chicken.
Okay.
So if you need a must-make recipe this week, pick one of those. Either the meatball, rice, skillet or the Korean garlic chicken. And if you want a fast, easy breakfast idea or brunch idea or whatever, you know what would be? If you made those burrata breakfast bombshell thingies, for like if you have kids coming over for like a Sunday morning or something, like if your kids have friends coming over, those would be super easy to toss on a platter. It's a pretty balanced item, you know what I mean? Just throw some fruit on the side.
Yeah.
You're good to go. All right, so we're gonna get this feedback over to corporate. If you enjoyed this video, if you like our vibe, make sure you subscribe. It rhymes, look at that. And I haven't done that in a while. I like actively have to stop myself from doing that because vibe and subscribe are meant to be together. So if you enjoyed the vibe, subscribe. And we hope we delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail. And we hope you have a magical day. Bye-bye.